Croeso mawr iawn I chi gyd. Welcome to this very first, the premiere Enterprise Troopers event. A mae hyn yn digwydd yn ddigidol ar draws Cymru I bwy bynnag sydd eisiau gwylio. Diolch o galon I chi gyd am ddod ato ni. Ni wir yn gwerthfawrogi faint o ymateb sydd wedi bod i'r achlysur yma heddi. We really appreciate how many people have responded to this event this afternoon. Gai ddweud cyn dechrau, before we start, I really appreciate the fact that you've given up your time. Mae wedi bod yn gyfnod heriol iawn I chi gyd, ac yn dal I fod. We do realise what a challenging time this is for all of you, and therefore the appreciation is even more for you to give up your time this Monday afternoon. Mae'n braf iawn tu allan fan hyn. It's really sunny outside in the Vale of Glamorgan, but you're making us feel a bit warmer by being with us this afternoon. Felly hyfryd iawn cael chi ma. Ydy, mae'r 12 mis diwetha wedi bod yn anodd. Yes, the last 12 months has been difficult for all, and it'll continue to do so. But this event and this whole initiative, the Enterprise Troopers, y criw mentris, beth yw pwrpas yr holl beth? Mae'r criw mentris yma wedi bod yn bodoli ers 2013. The Enterprise Troopers began their life in 2013. A dwi yn lwcus iawn I fod wedi bod yn gweld datblygiad hyn I gyd. I'm Glenda, I'm a Big Ideas Wales role model, un o fodelau rôl syniadau mawr Cymru. Wrth fy modd yn dod ar diwydiannau creadigol yn fyw, wrth fy modd hefyd yn gweld effaith mentergarwch a sgiliau mentergarwch ar blant ac ysgolion Cymru. I remember the Enterprise Troopers being launched. The first competition was in the Senedd, and I remember being a judge on one of those first local rounds. Gweld eich syniadau chi yn dod drwyddo, ac yn meddwl, plant Cymru yn elwan fawr o hyn. And the whole event is about developing entrepreneurial skills in young people. Entrepreneurial skills, I'm not getting my words out. Datblygu'r sgiliau entrepreneuraidd yna, ymysg eich disgyblion chi gyd, a'r boddhad maen nhw'n gael o weld hynna'n digwydd ac o brofi'r gweithgarwch. Mae'r gystadleuaeth yn parhau lenni. The Enterprise Troopers competition is still happening this year, but digitally for the first time. Ac ewch i'r wefan i'w gael mwy o fanylion. And you'll have a chance to see a video later on which says more about it. Bydd cyfle I chi weld mwy am beth sy'n digwydd yn nes ymlaen hefyd. Ond mae'n mynd I fod yn brynhawn braf. Mae'n mynd I fod yn brynhawn llawn antur gobeithio. So beth sydd gyda ni ar eich cyfer chi pnawn yma? Wel, mae lot o syniadau wedi cael eu datblygu dros y cyfnod. You'll have an opportunity to see what resources have been developed, aligned to the whole ethos of Enterprise Troopers. Cyfle I ddod I ddabod eich gilydd, time to get to know each other in the networking session later on. Cyfle I weld hefyd beth yw profiad bobl eraill sydd wedi bod yn meithrin a datblygu'r agwedd yma mewn ysgolion. You'll see from first-hand examples of people who have put enterprise education at the heart of their activities and how that can help you. Pwy a wyr, sut I chi mynd I fedru defnyddio'r wybodaeth a datblygiadau yma i'ch helpu chi wynebu'r cwricwlwm newydd yna flwyddyn nesaf. So, gewch chi air o brofiad gan bobl, clywed am bobl yn siarad. You'll see some videos and experience of people who've done a lot of enterprise activity. There'll be an opportunity for us to have a little mini workshop, gweithdi bach yn nes ymlaen. Ac yna cyfle I gael cwestiwn ag ateb gyda modelau rôl, a Q&A session with experienced teachers and head teachers and some role models to see what we try and do to embed enterprise activities within your timetable. Ond mae rhaid ni gadw llygad ar y cloc, fe welwch chi fyddai'n checko'r cloc a'r cloc yna I wneud yn siŵr bod ni ddim yn mynd ar draws y gloch ysgol yna. The school bell will be ringing in my ear, so we keep an eye on time because we will be going from events live, where we are now, to some YouTube videos, to a team events meeting, back to some videos and back to Zoom. Byddwn ni'n zoomio ac yn rhwydweithio drwy'r dydd. Please bear with us, let's not get lost, but our event box platform, that platform will guide us through what we need to do. That's enough for me for now. I want now to introduce you to one of my colleagues, un o'n nghydweithwyr i, Anne Lancet. Mae'r ddwy ohono ni wedi bod yn datblygu mentergarwch ers dros 15 mlynedd gyda'n gilydd. Yes, about 15 years ago we met Anne, and we're going to do the first activity together. So, Adam, os roed i'r slides in your sgweli di'n dda, and Anne, you do the introduction.
Okay, thank you. Hello everyone, it's lovely to be here. I'm Anne Lancet. Yes, I'm a role model as well, and I'm Glenda's co-pilot for this afternoon for some parts of the programme. But we're going to start looking at the acro thing. So Adam, if I could have the next slide, please. That would be great, thank you. So we're going to get in the mood, and we're going to start with a bit of a skills challenge here. Acro, or pact yn Gymraeg, is something that we use across the whole of the Big Ideas Wales programme, and Enterprise Troopers sits within Big Ideas Wales. And the acro skills are valuable to entrepreneurs. We need all of those skills in order to bring a business to life, whether we hold them individually or whether we've got other people with us. But these skills are also invaluable to entrepreneurial learners, and we all want to make our learners as entrepreneurial as possible. Encouraging a positive, resilient attitude, creative, solution-focused approach, building nurturing relationships with families, friends and teachers, and above all, getting organised, timekeeping, deadlines, etc. So the skills are useful for us as entrepreneurs, but brilliant as we want to develop a whole nation and generation of entrepreneurial learners. And so I hope you're ready for the challenge. Pob lwc I bawb. Now to my Glenda and Mynd.
Diolch, slide nes Adam. Diolch yn fawr. So beth yw'r her yma? Beth ydyn ni'n wneud gyda chi? Nawr chi'n meddwl bod chi'n mynd i wrando'n unig pnawn yma? We want you to have your say. Nawr, ni'n mynd i edrych ar yr mentre yma, ar y nodweddion yma. The acro, we're going to look at these acro attributes. We'll keep to the English title for now. I want you to think, why are these qualities, why are they important? How are they, in what way can they help learners? Slide nesa, Adam. Felly ni'n mynd i ddechrau gyda agwedd. You can see the attitude slide. Yes, by having a positive attitude, you can be aspirational, determined, motivated. What I'd like you to do, beth hoffen I chi wneud, yn yr blwch cwestiwn ag ateb, beth I chi'n meddwl, sut gall agwedd eich helpu chi, sut gall agwedd dda helpu datblygiad busnes? A dyn ni'n aros I weld beth yw'ch syniadau chi fan hyn. So we're keeping an eye on this column to see what come in. In what way can attitude help a business person or help to develop enterprising thinking? Os rhywbeth yn dod trwyddo? It's like a disc jockey waiting for somebody to ask for a request on radio. Ydych chi'n clywed? Pa sut mae agwedd dda'n gallu helpu?
I think I mentioned a couple in the intro actually, Glenda. So it's Anne again here. Yeah, I think I mentioned things about being resilient and positive thinking attitude, etc. Lovely one's just come up now.
Oh, da iawn. Yeah, Anne has it's okay for you to remain anonymous. Being a risk taker, you definitely have to have a positive attitude to be a risk taker. That's really, really interesting. Did any of you watch the French-Welsh game? And there was one of the French pundits saying how important whoever would win the game would be the risk takers. Agwedd positive, da iawn. Not excellent, not being afraid to fail. Positive and confident attitude. Thank you, Nicola. Brilliant to have these responses. Dyna ni eisiau, and that's why we want to hear your voices. There are so many of you on this call, which is fantastic. But these are the kinds of questions that we ask the learners, and we ask them to come up with ideas. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Not being afraid to fail. Positive and confident attitude. Gyda'ch agwedd dda, annog perthynas effeithiol gyda chydweithwyr, brilliant. Positive attitude can encourage really good relationships and effective relationships with fellow workers, brilliant. Gwella perthnasoedd proffesiynol, build professional relationships. Excellent, Jack. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Lovely to hear your input. It makes it far more interesting than me hearing Anne respond. Ond gadwch i ni fynd mas lawr at yr un nesa. What's the next one? Attitude. Next one, creadigrwydd. What's the significance of creativity? So gadwch i ni weld hwnna. Oh, do we know with the world's team player? Thanks for that. Resilient, positive, good learners, respectful and responsible. Brilliant responses. So what's the significance of creativity in developing entrepreneurial skills and learning? Keep these comments coming in. They're brilliant. There's a slight delay, so we won't press you, but those responses we've had so far are brilliant. And there obviously is an overlap as well. So ble mae creadigrwydd yn dod mewn I ddatblygu sgiliau mentergarwch?
You're in the groove now, everyone. You came up with some brilliant ideas for attitude, and I can just see you thinking about creativity and ready to bring that one in as well.
In what way can creativity help a business person or help develop entrepreneurial skills? Think yourself, you're full of entrepreneurial thinking as teachers. Rhywbeth yn dod? Creadigrwydd bydden ni'n dweud, I would say creativity to ask questions. Normally I like to talk about situations, but I've learned the power of asking questions and to be able to have creativity in my questions. Anything else coming in?
Another one for the rugby, thinking outside the box, maybe.
They had to show a lot of creativity, especially the French, unfortunately. Gwella perthnasau proffesiynol, there's some coming through now. Oh, hold on, they've just come in now. They weren't showing up in my chat, but I'm seeing thinking outside the box, excellent. Forward thinking of ideas to develop concepts, brilliant. Arweinyddiaeth mewnbwn y disgyblion, how leadership and input from pupils can help. Dathlu setiau o sgiliau unigryw. Different ways to reach audience and customer, gwych. Excellent, again, outside the box thinking, seeing things in different ways. Ardderchog, sorry, there was a delay in me seeing your comments. Ardderchog, ni wir yn gwerthfawrogi. Dewch ymlaen i'r nodwedd nesaf. What's the next element? Relationships. Yes, we've seen some of your responses there on the importance of relationships. So, but are there any others? And please repeat yourself, different ways to reach audience customers by being creative. We've talked about that. You've talked about relationships, perthnasau yn barod. Rhowch nhw fewn eto, just in case I missed some of them earlier on. But we've been looking at relationships in your comments earlier, and I'm scanning them as you speak. Utilize the whole team skills. Everyone has something to give. Now that relates to relationships as well, and I really, really love that. Pupil participation, ardderchog. That's really vital. And that's what we're talking about. Yes, we're not talking just about a pedagogical way of working here. Sut I gael y plant, how to get that pupil participation. And these acro characters, you can see there in terms of little, you've got A, C, R, and O. They're actually, we've got life-size costumes on those acro to get young people to realise that they're fun and entertaining and really relevant to them. Networking, diolch yn fawr, gwneud defnydd da o sgiliau unigryw pawb, making the best use of everybody's unique skills, roles and responsibilities, using everyone's strength, ardderchog. Diolch Fion, gwella sgiliau llythrennedd a chyfathrebu. Yes, people working together to communicate and improve those literacy and communication skills. Mae'r ymatebion yma wych. Showing that respect works both ways, yes. I bawb, understanding the strength in your team. Now, your responses there are really valuable. Dewch ymlaen i'r un ola. The last of these acro definitions, trefnu, organisation. So, how is this skill really useful in entrepreneurial thinking? I used to be criticised by some of my fellow family members for having lists for everything. But you know, it does serve you well sometimes. You do need to be organised. Why do you think organisational skills is a really useful and beneficial skill to have amongst pupils or amongst yourselves as entrepreneurial teachers? I'm not going to say anything because I'm just waiting to see what you have to say. Again, we've got other excellent ones on relationships there. There is this slight delay. We're just coming
50 responses, Glenda, which is amazing.
Ein ardderchog. Brilliant. Excuse our slight delay, but your responses, and obviously we'll be keeping an eye on those responses, and we'll be able to post that. The event box will cover everything that we've done today and be there for future reference as well. So I'm sure there's some coming in. The management time is money, da iawn. Is that a Carody speaking? Future planning, Matthew, yes. Looking for the future, time management, rhoi fwy o amser, yes, prioritising, mwy o amser y pethau pwysig. Giving time for those really important things. Leading a team to make sure everyone is done according to time and resources, yes. It's not an open field. There are limitations, but budget, yes. You've got to keep an eye on budget responsibilities, be organised, and leading a team to make sure that everyone is done according to time and resource. In order to get that vision working, you've got to be organised in terms of resources, people and money. Mae hwnna'n ardderchog. This is much more than we could have dreamt of to get from you this afternoon. Felly, awn ni'r slide nesa, Adam. So what we're... No, I'm taking this as your slide, Anne. Do you want to take over?
Yeah, thank you very much, diolch I ti. Okay, so now the rest of the session is time to explore your own entrepreneur. So you'll have an opportunity later on when we go into the breakout session, and who knows, you never know where this is going to take you. How many side hustles will we get out of a session like this? And that's just the teachers. So I think it's time to move on, Glenda.
Yes.
You'll see me again in a moment, but look forward to seeing you in a second. Over to Glenda.
Diolch yn fawr, a diolch I ti, Adam. Nid ni gorffen y PowerPoint na nawr, Adam, a byddwn ni yn symud mlaen i'r nesaf mewn munud. Adam, as you can hear, we're talking to our virtual director. He's in charge of everything and he's listening carefully to us. Felly, ni'n symud ymlaen nawr. Mae Anne wedi gwneud lot o waith yn ddiweddar ar adnoddau arbennig ar gyfer adnoddau gallwch chi ddefnyddio sydd wedi cael ei ddyfeisio yn sgil gweithgarwch y criw mentris. Ac mae'n mynd i fynd â chi drwy'r siwrne yma os mynnwch chi. Beth sy'n bwysig i chi gofio, and as I touched on earlier, all the resources that you will see here will be on Event Box. For those of you who want to tune back and look at what's been happening, all of it will be there on this platform for you. And this platform has been developed in a very entrepreneurial way. Menter newydd yng Nghymru yw hwn, ac felly bydd yr adnoddau yma I chi fynd i'w gweld nhw a'i rhannu nhw gyda'ch cydweithwyr a'ch disgyblion. And I'm not going to steal your thunder because the next sequence is really, really down to you. Diolch I ti am y gwaith.
Thank you, Glenda. Diolch. Yes, just to, Adam, if I could have the next slide, please. Lovely. Thank you very much. So just to recap, the Enterprise Troopers 2013 competition has given primary learners the opportunity to develop their entrepreneurial skills and hopefully enter or become the next generation of entrepreneurs here in Wales. So in order to help you as entrepreneurial teachers, we've developed a range of resources that support the embedded development of literacy, numeracy skills, entrepreneurial skills, obviously, digital competency. So in the light of the major changes that you have for the curriculum coming forward, we hope that these are now mapped as closely as we can, because things are still evolving and emerging with the new curriculum. So we're mapping them, and we will update and map further and maybe more deeply as more information emerges. So Adam, if I could have the next slide, please. So in terms of the enterprise learning activities that we've developed for you, we've developed them for lower primary and upper primary pupils. And as you'll see in a moment, I'm going to attempt, and I hope to goodness this is going to work, to for Adam to take us onto the website so we can actually have a look at them. And you will see that there are 12 learning activities for each lower and upper primary school. The main difference for upper primary pupils, we've got resources attached to some of the learning activities, but we'd like to grow those resources. So please, if you have things to offer, bring them into us. So Adam, if I could go back to the PowerPoint, please. I've got Glenda full screen at the moment. Lovely. So if we look at the resources for the lower primary school, for example, first of all, Adam, if you could just scroll down for me, you will see that underneath the icon of one of the Enterprise Troopers, okay, just stop there for me. There's a whole list of the 12 resources, and these are all on the Enterprise Troopers website. So perhaps if we could click into number 2, Adam, what could we do? I thought it might be useful to have a look at basically what they look like. So you can see we've got the learning objectives there. The entrepreneurial characteristics are all interlinked with acro. And then we look at the learning activities that come through and things, ideas, and asking pupils to consider, you know, what could we do linked to events. So just a little bit lower, Adam, if we scroll down again, you will see, obviously, we've got learning outcomes there, the resources that we suggest that you need. And then we've aimed to, maybe just stop there, Adam, that's great. We've linked them into the areas of learning and expertise. Our suggestions, again, you may find more. And then the cross-curricular skills in terms of literacy, speaking, listening. Go down a little bit further, I think that's one. On the others, we've got them linked into the numeracy and the digital competencies as well. So perhaps, Adam, we could go to the next slide, which should take us to the upper primary ones. Here we go. So as you can see, when we scroll down through this one, similar thing again, we've got the list of the activities there on the left-hand side, but you'll see this time there's an additional column on the right as well, where we've got some resources in there, which we're hoping to grow. It'd be great to have resources for all of them. And as you try, test them, have them tried and tested, please send them in to us and we'll see where we can put them all together. Let's share amongst everybody. It'd be brilliant. So what I'd like to do there, Adam, in number 2 again, but this time go over to the right to the resources side, or perhaps, yeah, go into that one and click on that one. And I just thought one of the resources is how we actually get Enterprise Troopers people. I wasn't expecting that one. Can you go back one, Adam? Sorry. Could you actually go into number 4, Enterprise Troopers Action Plan? That one. There we are. That's fantastic. Thank you. So in terms of then organisation, or as Glenda said, making lists, then you can actually start with this one. The attaching resource to that particular activity is just an outline for an action plan. Now, I'm sure you've got plenty of these anyway, but it's Enterprise Troopers branded, and it may add a little bit into the whole system that we've got there. So if we could go to the next slide, back to the slide now, slide 5. There we are. Hi, Glenda, nice to see you.
And you've got 2 minutes left, or just
right,
under.
Okay. Skip 2 slides, Adam. Go to slide 7 for me, please. Slide 7. Keep going. That's it. Okay. Go to that one. And just to recap, then they'll enhance learning across the curriculum, help your pupils to apply skills, curriculum help you with curriculum planning, linking the activity where appropriate to all of the AOLE, digital competence, LNF, etc. That's enough from me. I'm going to give you back to Glenda. Wow, this is fast, guys. Esther would be happy with pace, I think. Over to you, Glenda.
Diolch yn fawr I ti, Anne, and you've had a great taster there what's there. Obviously, dim ond rhagflas yw hynna. Ond beth sy'n bwysig I chi nawr hefyd, we talked about that 2013 first competition. Da ni am I chi weld tystiolaeth o hynny. There's a video, if you close the, don't leave me for a moment, but when you close this Teams down, then you'll be going into the main room of Eventbox, and please watch the video. Ysgol Sanshore, they won that first competition, a mae'r fideo yna'n dystiolaeth I chi o beth maen nhw'n gwneud yn yr ysgol, the range of entrepreneurship activities happening in Sanshore School, and it'll enlighten you. Claiadwch chi. Ffwrdd â chi weld y fideo. Diolch yn fawr I chi.